Namaste. Part 2. We shall now continue with the concept of the Punarjanma. The concept of reincarnation, Punarjanma, which is common to Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism, is alien to people who practice Abrahamic religion. It directly challenges the Western notions of one birth, one God, one heaven, and the day of judgment. The Hindu concept of reincarnation is based upon the logical notion that life on earth did not emerge suddenly but evolved gradually, involving great epochs of time and a vast multitude of beings. During this process, the static and inert unconscious matter yielded place to the dynamic movement of life and consciousness. The animal tendencies gave way to higher faculties such as perception, reason, intelligence, and self awareness. Extending the same logic, we may further conclude that in future, from this part animal, part human, and part divine being, there may emerge a spiritual being of divine consciousness with supramental consciousness. Hinduism does not accept the premise that human beings can overcome all their imperfections in just one lifetime and return to their Creator as liberated souls. It may happen only in exceptional circumstances, and that too after the soul has gone through innumerable births and deaths. Creation is God's drama enacted by Him. Therefore, life has to continue along the ordained paths until the end of the time cycle. During this period, each being has to progressively evolve through the cycle of innumerable births and deaths before it reaches perfection. It is only in the end, after innumerable births, having been chiseled by karma into perfect shape, and having finally lost the battle and realized the futility of it, that one would consent to surrender and submit to Him, the Supreme, with humility and obedience. In normal circumstances, the awakening of a living being, Jiva, arises in the light of accumulated wisdom, when the soul sheds its impurities and awakens to the idea of eternal freedom and infinite bliss. This is where the idea of the reincarnation of a soul makes perfect sense. If we accept that each cycle of creation lasts for eons and passes through many epochs and great divisions of time, we cannot accept the idea that each soul will appear for a lifetime upon earth and return to its source. Then, how can the souls in the lower organisms such as microbes, insects, birds, and animal bodies attain freedom without advancing into higher states of consciousness? One lifetime is not sufficient to learn all the lessons and get rid of all the impurities to attain pure consciousness, especially when we know that we are neither perfect nor complete. And there is a vast difference between the ideal state of human perfection and the reality of human life. Thus, rebirth is the most logical and natural solution offered by nature to facilitate the journey of the embodied souls upon earth and their escape from existential suffering through incremental changes of purification and transformation. Only human beings are endowed with intelligence and awareness to hasten that process through self-effort. If they are fortunate, they may move towards the shores of liberation. The idea of reincarnation is at the heart of Hinduism. Beings reincarnate or transmigrate from body to another body as a part of their physical, mental, and spiritual evolution. Science validates the physical evolution, while the Vedas validate the mental and spiritual evolution of beings as part of their liberation. The idea of reincarnation and the doctrine of karma reinforce that the destiny of each individual primarily rests upon self effort. So, let us all try to understand the importance of human life and make the best of it in service to the Supreme. Namaste.